Welcome to Missouri Star Live. I'm so glad to have Jenny here with me.
And I'm delighted to be here as well.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for being here. Liz, as always, is the voice behind the camera.
Hi, guys.
She will be asking your questions.
We are so strong today.
We are so strong.
So strong.
Those are great shirts.
Aren't they so
Aren't
cute?
they awesome?
They're really cute.
I love them.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for your amazing response to our breast cancer awareness campaign. You guys are amazing, and as always, quilters go about doing good. You don't want me to tap? No tapping. So anyway, thank you so much for your incredible support. We have been astounded.
I love the response, like to the quilt, and,
Yes.
and the stories.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Absolutely.
the sweetest thing.
It's
is
been
I just love
amazing.
the stories. Yeah, really, really cool.
It is cool. So,
Who do we have here today?
yeah, who's watching,
joining
Liz?
us?
So we have folks from all over. We've got Kathy from Illinois, and Maureen says hi from Maryland. We have a hi from London and from
Ooh.
Branson, Missouri,
Hello.
just down
Hello,
the road.
London.
Barb's is from Calgary, Canada. We've got Laura from Hilliard, Florida. I'm probably
Awesome.
butchering that. Sorry, Laura. And Valerie Hardy from Red Deer, Alberta, Canada.
Thank you
Wow.
guys so
Canada
much
today.
for
Nice.
tuning in.
We love seeing all you every week. Misty gets to see you every week. I get to see you every week on a tutorial.
That's
so
right. Yeah, we get to spend a little time together.
A little bit of time.
That's great.
We love it.
So, as you saw, this was Jenny's wonderful tutorial on Friday. You guys have loved it. It's such a great quilt. And then she also made this pillow as well that has...
Well, and my thought behind it, honestly, was that so many times they'll have a group of people
Yeah.
that all love the same person and they want to support them. And so by doing something like this, you
Yeah.
can say, here's a block, make
Yeah.
this block and bring it back.
Yeah.
Write a note on this block and bring it back. And then everybody, it's just a 5-inch square.
Exactly.
And so it just makes it so easy to be able to, so that everybody can send their love.
Exactly.
And, you know, and then of course, if it's just you sending the love, then you're sending all the love. So it works either way.
It does work either way. But we have a friend who is going through breast cancer treatment right now, and she just recently got her port for chemo put in. And as we were talking with her and talking to Liz, actually, she mentioned that a lot of people make port pillows. So that's what we're going to use, the exact same methods
The
from
hearts.
Jenny's tutorial, the hearts, and we're going to make a great little port pillow. If you're not familiar with this is for, you know, when they're in the car, it prevents the seatbelt from rubbing on their port. So it's got a little bit of velcro that loops around the seatbelt and then holds it in place so they have nothing but some soft cuddle right next to their skin to help you know, protect them from any pain or anything from the seatbelt rubbing
And
on
I
the port.
had no idea this was even
Yeah.
a thing. So this is a whole new enlightenment for me. And there are so many things, like even your purse strap,
Exactly.
you know, comes across there. There are just so many times when we've got something coming across our body this way.
Yeah, I hadn't thought about the purse, but you
I
could
just
you
hadn't
could
thought
use
of it.
this for that as well.
You could use it for everything because
Absolutely.
that just becomes such a tender area.
Yeah.
And,
And there's a lot of wonderful organizations that that take donations of port pillows, and obviously a lot of us have people that we know and care about who could use them as well. So we thought this would be a great time to show you and kind of remind you how to make these hearts, and then also show you how to make this little project.
they're super cute. We do have some other stuff.
yeah,
Do you want to talk about all this stuff? We're just covered in pink up
We are
here.
dripping in pink.
We're the pink ladies.
That's
now,
right.
anybody who's my age remembers the pink ladies.
Yes, absolutely. So we have lots of wonderful items on our website right now that are all pink and made to help support our breast cancer awareness campaign. So as you shop our website, you'll see we've got some great fabrics. The fabric we're using to make the hearts is this Anthology Flirt. So it's a beautiful boutique, all
the shades
pinks.
of pinks.
And then we've just got a wide variety of different items.
Even is this a blush brush?
That's what I thought, but it's to clean all the dust out of your...
Or a blush brush.
Or a blush brush,
It can be
absolutely.
both. Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure. Let me see if I can. Let me see.
Get
here.
in there and
Yeah.
get some dust out, absolutely.
I mean, if you're gonna clean, why not make it pretty, right?
I know.
That's darling.
Agreed. That's what I told Liz. I need one
love
of those.
this, right? We all need one of these.
So cute. And so, of course, we have these great shirts that Jenny and I are wearing.
And there's a matching bag.
There's a matching bag.
I love the bag.
And the cool thing about the bag, honestly, is that, you know, if you have to go through chemo or something like that, sometimes you take a book along or some handwork along or something. while you're there. And this is a great thing to use to show your support.
Absolutely.
Every year I do a quilt that has something to do with supporting breast cancer. And so we have these ribbons, which are more of a piece. This easy ribbon, which is the X's and O block, and then the inside out heart that we did. And the thing that's nice about these that I want you guys to remember is we are celebrating pink because this is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. But you could make these in any color. These,
Absolutely.
every cancer has a color.
There are so many causes.
And every cause has a color, even military, has
Absolutely.
the yellow ribbons or something. So don't just think this can only be pink. It can be in lots of
colors.
lots of different colors.
And this cute mug. Look at this little
This
thimble
is
mug.
so cute. This is brand new, you guys.
Yes.
This thimble mug. And I just want to point out that it's a great left-hander's mug. So if you're a left-hander,
Everyone will know. You're
everyone
also
will know
a Missouri
you
Star
love Missouri Star. If you're a right-hander,
You will know.
you will know you love Missouri Star.
That's right.
I
That's
love
exactly
this.
right. It's so cute.
We've got some our rulers. We put out our series of rulers we put out in pink during this time of the year.
This is
And
a creative grid one.
that's a little creative grids. And it says, I love my quilting friends on it.
It's got some hearts.
So this, a lot of times when we're cutting, people always say, oh, how do I keep my hands safe? This is a great little handle for the little rulers. And just before we went on, I put it on here and then really couldn't get it off. So it holds on really well, and you're going to use that handle to hold down. Now, I know as I've gotten older, my grip has gotten less, and so it's super helpful to have a little handle on these to do it. We've got a Martelli cutting mat here, pinkish.
It's pinkish. Yeah.
Cutting mat on one side, and surprise!
A wool pressing mat on the other.
Wool pressing mat on the other. And it looks like it has a nice piece of foam in between here, because a lot of times people are always like, oh, don't press on your pressing mat. What if it's on top of your cutting mat, because it will warp it. But this one has that nice foam in between, so it won't do that.
Absolutely.
We do have a lot of great breast cancer fabric. And if you go on and the one you want isn't there, just know we're getting them like in, halfway through the month.
Right?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
mid-October there's going to be more. Put it on your wish list. You
Absolutely.
can
Yes.
click that little heart to make it
Absolutely.
your
If you
favorite.
put on your wish list.
And same with the t-shirts.
They'll
You guys are
notify you.
pointing out, maybe if your t-shirt size has sold out, it's because we've had such overwhelming, awesome response to these.
And how cool is that,
It's
right?
amazing.
So
It's
cool. And
amazing.
we are getting more in, so go ahead and add that to your wish list so we can notify you as soon as those
And
are
you'll
in.
get an email, and they'll let you know, and you can go ahead and get it then. But it should be really soon.
Yeah, I
so.
love that. I actually love the wish list
Me
because
too.
you put it on there. It's not in. You put it on there, but then you get this email and it says it's in,
Yep.
and you're like, golden.
And now you can get it.
Now I can get it.
Absolutely.
All right, over here
Oh, some pins.
we have some with the ribbon. Look,
Yeah.
I don't know if you can you see this, Noah? Do I need to open this and take about? But they're the tiny little ribbon,
They're
pink
so
ribbon.
cute.
They're so cute
Then we've got this little flamingo pin from Gingerbird.
because it's all pink.
It's all pink.
Oh, the Jim Shore.
We've got a
I
Jim
love
Shore,
Jim Shore.
angel ornament.
Sometimes you just need a little friend by your side.
That's right. And then
She's darling. Oh,
this-
she's holding
She's
the
holding
ribbon.
a ribbon. It's
She's
pretty.
holding the ribbon. Can you? I don't know if you can zoom in on that too, Noah.
it's really pretty.
But she has a little ribbon in her arms. Just so sweet.
Yep. And then the very popular Olisos, they have a pink travel iron. This is their travel iron, and it's got this silicone to protect it
Well, it's also to set it on.
and to set it on. Yeah, as the rest.
You don't
You
have
flip
to
it
set
over.
it up. Yeah, you don't set it up on its end. You just leave it down like that,
Yeah.
and the silicone. You can just leave it sit there.
Exactly, and it's pretty in pink.
Mm-hmm.
So
We have our pink heart template.
yes, which
That
is
comes
what
in
we're going
pink.
to use to
And
make
and one of the things
our hearts.
that I want to show you today and talk about. Oh, look.
A pink rotary
Even
cutter.
a pink rotary cutter.
All the things.
Is I've signed a lot of autographs in my day.
Yes.
Just a few anyway. And so I'm going to give you some tips on how to write on these, so that it is easy, because writing on fabric isn't easy.
It's really not.
No.
It's very
And so
tricky.
I have some tips and tricks for you on that. But why don't we make this port pillow?
Let's do it. All right, so first off,
Wait, any questions about anything,
Yeah.
Liz, that anybody's asking? Because we've covered a lot of fun stuff.
We covered a lot of fun stuff, and all this stuff is on our Missouri Star homepage. You can get to our breast cancer awareness page where you can see all of these products and including the patterns for the quilt
oh, perfect.
itself, which is what we're using to make the hearts today. So far, the questions are mostly about the t-shirts. And
Yeah.
so yes, go ahead and put
Yes.
that on your wish list. And a question about the difference between favorite and wish list. If you put on your wish list, you're going to get a notification when that's back in stock. Put on favorites, you can look at all your favorites later when you want to come back and shop for yourself.
Can I say also that I cannot stand a crew neck, and
Yes.
I love that these are V-neck.
I do love a V-neck.
That's a huge deal for
It
me.
is.
I'm like, I could actually wear this t-shirt because I won't feel like I'm choking.
Yeah.
So I love the V-neck.
Exactly. All right, so let's start out by picking a charm square, and then we have some of this heat and bond, and we're just going to fuse this to our charm square.
Now, when I put the heat and bond on, I didn't make it go corner to corner because the heart doesn't go corner to corner because it's got to fit also on a 5-inch square.
Exactly.
And so, this template is that we did it half size. Just, it's helpful, but honestly, we learned how to cut hearts out years ago.
Yes, you don't necessarily have
You
to
don't
have
necessarily have to have it, but it is handy,
it. There we go.
and so fits right on there.
Then you have,
And you can actually rotary cut around it, but I'm a little bit old school.
you're going to
And
trace
I just traced around mine like this.
and then cut it with scissors. Mm-hmm. Very cool. All right.
It was just, I felt like it was easier for me. That, anytime you go around a curve with a rotary cutter, it's a little bit tricky, and I loved the idea that I could just
Sit and cut them
zoom
out.
around it.
There it is.
Yep.
So
And it's a perfect little heart. And the reason actually we did it this size, because you'll notice when you put it on, grab a white square.
Okay.
When you put it on the white, you'll notice that there's plenty of room around it, but you have to have at least, a 1/4 of an inch on either side for your seams. And then also, if you're going to needle turn this, which I showed you in the video,
yeah.
what you're going to do when you cut it out is you're going to leave a 1/4 of an inch on the outside of this. So you'll trace that and then cut it out a 1/4 of an inch bigger all the way around if you're going to needle turn. And so I did show the needle turning
On the tutorial.
on the tutorial, yeah. And so here is this little heart, and just center it up as best you can.
And then we'll just press him down.
We've got a couple of great comments. It's kind of calming to cut out with scissors sometimes.
It can be.
Sometimes it is, and especially for us, old school girls.
Well, and
Yeah.
honestly, the thing I like about cutting with scissors is I don't slow down so much. And so when I find something like that I can have a stack of things and I can sit down and cut them out with scissors and watch some TV, it's just like an excuse for me to slow down.
It really is.
Which sometimes I need. I'm
All right,
kind of going
so-
nonstop.
So one of the things I had a lot of fun with on this quilt was almost every heart, I used a different stitch pattern. So most of us have machines that have fancy stitches on them.
Exactly.
And we usually just straight stitch. And this is a chance for those machine stitches to really shine.
Yeah, I mean, look
So
at
we're
these
going to put
two.
some out here so that you can actually really look at them.
so cute.
I mean, the little scallop, how it comes off the edge. And
This one.
and there were ones I loved more than others, but also I didn't even stress about it. I mean, like if I started it, I finished
You
it with
just
that
finished
because
it.
it's one heart in a bunch.
Well, and it really is fun to have a wide variety. They
It
look
really is.
so cute.
And it really makes them look kind of Valentine-y, like lacy little hearts.
I think those are the only ones
Is that
we've
the
got
ones we've
done.
got?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then
And
these are
so,
needle
so
turned.
what you're going to want to do is, when you write on these, is I generally wrote on the white hearts. So like on my pillow right here, I wrote on the ones that had the white hearts on them. But if you ever get one like this, now this one you can see has a stitch edge around it. And I actually, originally, I had it in this quilt. But you can see when you look at it, it disappears now.
Yeah, it's
You
so
know,
light.
it's so light. And so I chose not to use that for this quilt. And if I were to use it, I would actually use it the opposite way. I would put a darker color behind it.
That makes sense.
And use the light as the pink.
All
But
right.
But words have so much
They
power.
do have power.
And I love words, and a lot of us are attracted to fabric with words.
Exactly.
And when we see those words and those messages of hope, it's just the sweetest thing.
Well, and it's such a good reminder for people who are fighting to have those words of encouragement with them wherever they are when they're on the chemo line with
Sure.
with everyone, to have the love of their friends that, especially in this time, can't be there to support them. is super important. So however we can do that, I think is great. So I'm going to use these two, I think.
Okay.
And we're going to sew these together.
But you probably want to write the word before you
Oh,
sew
good
it.
idea. Yeah, let's do that.
So I would actually write the word before I put it on the fabric.
Oh, really?
Just in case you made a boo-boo.
That's true.
Probably 90% of us hate our handwriting, you know?
You're right.
And so if you make a little boo-boo, you'll be like, I don't have to do it all over again.
That's
but
true.
I would do it, I would put the heat and bond on it, and then I would write it. Now, I don't know if you've ever had an autograph signed by me, but I will always say this. Let me use your shoulder.
Let me use your shoulder. She
And
does
it's
that.
because it's a softer area and it's fabric on fabric, so it's not going to shift around. If you try to do that on here, it's going to slide.
I wonder
and
if
it's going to do that.
even put it on the
So I
mat.
actually did all of mine on my. We forgot to tell about
Oh,
this
yes.
too. We have this cute little, where it can sit next to your
It's like
sewing
a little
machine.
caddy, and it's got your spray bottle
Pink camo.
or your water bottle. Yeah, that's
Yeah, or
pretty
your,
handy.
like-
We forgot. We've got
No,
all
just-
these fun pink things.
All right. So what's a good word for
How about strong?
strong, like our T-shirts?
That's right.
And so now, this is another thing. If you go on Pinterest and look at letterings, they will tell you little things to do to your lettering to make it ooh ah.
Yes.
I don't happen to love my handwriting, but I also don't mind it. Yeah. So I would probably just make a big S, and by putting it on this mat, it's not going to
not
slide as
moving.
much. And I'm going to write it, strongly.
Yeah.
Just like that. And so then it shows the word.
I love
That
it.
looks, is that spelled right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
You got it.
Do you know how you look at a word and all of a sudden it looks weird
wrong.
to you?
Yes.
I'm like, I'm a good speller, but.
Didn't seem
All right,
right.
so once you get your word on, and you don't need to with these pens. So this is a micron, this is an 08. We have 05s and 08s. These are 05s and they're in all different colors.
All kinds of fun colors. Pink,
which
red,
is kind of fun.
black. A bunch of fun colors
And
in there.
you don't have to do this, but I just did it. I've always,
For comfort.
yes, comfort.
Just to set
I'm
it.
just setting it.
Yep.
I'm gonna make
That's
it
a good
stick
idea.
there. The 08 micron pen is a little bit thicker. The smaller one is thinner. Do you want to sew or do you want me to sew?
I don't care. You're there
I feel
now.
like I'm doing all this talking.
But you got to
and-
make sure you put
What one?
like this.
Okay. So we're lining them up this way, one on top
Yep.
of each other.
2 hearts in a row.
And just 1/4 inch.
Our 5-inch squares look a little different, don't they?
They do.
That's all right.
Do you know why? It's because when you do this stitching around, it
Gathers it in a
pulls
little
it in
bit.
a little bit. Yeah, you wouldn't really notice it, but if they were way different, I would trim them to the same.
There we go. And so then now we've got a piece that is 5 inches wide by 9.5 because we've taken that seam. So I've got a 5-inch strip of Cuddle. This is just some pink Cuddle, and now we're going to have fluff everywhere. But we're just going to go ahead and cut a strip of this as well.
The fluff is worth it.
That is 5 by 9.5. It is worth it.
Well, the other thing, you can, so a lot of people will keep a vacuum handy
Yes.
and just stick the strip, run it in a vacuum hose and pull it out and it gets them all off. You can also put it in a dryer and it will take
and
all
it
the
will
little
take
fluff off.
all that fluff out of there for you.
Right, and it's in the dryer for just a couple minutes.
Oh, just
Yes.
a couple
Very
seconds,
Yeah.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah,
5,
minutes.
6, 7, 8, 9.5.
And look at her using the little pink handle.
You know,
Isn't that kind of
it's
handy?
here. It is. There we go. So now we've got that piece, and we can see that they'll just fit together just like so. But we need to make sure we add the Velcro so that it can wrap around the seat belt. And so all I did is I have one of each side of this white Velcro, and I cut it to 4 inches.
And do we carry the Velcro?
We do.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
we carry the Velcro.
It's linked in our supply list.
It is.
Excellent.
And so now we're just going to lay one of these on each side. And I did kind of pin all of this together. And I just,
Do you want me to just stitch it down real quick?
that's a good idea. Yeah. Why don't you do that?
I would just stitch it on there real.
To
And,
just
and
hold
do you
it
want
down.
it like in between half and half?
Yep, half and half, right in between.
Half and half. All right, here we go. I'm just going to stitch it like like 1/8 of an inch,
I
kind of.
love it. So we'll catch it in the seam.
Yep. And then we'll do this side.
And then this side, that way it'll overlap.
Make sure they're going so they're
Exactly.
sticking. There we go.
And we've also got a great tip from Susan Hill says, I write with the heat erase pen first, then go over it with the permanent pen, so I make fewer mistakes.
That's a good idea.
Oh, if you're good at following the lines, that would work.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not always.
I'm not always either.
All right, and so then now we're just going to put these right sides together, and we're going to leave a little opening in the bottom so that we can turn this out and use that to fill it.
So I'm going to start. Now, do you pin this? Do you find that on this small of a piece it stays where it's supposed to stay?
I still put a few pins in it.
Okay, let's do that.
Just because that Cuddle likes to shift.
It does. It is a little bit movey.
It is.
And so I'm just going to put a few pins in here.
Yeah.
And too bad we don't have those great.
I mean, we could have got them out of the package. But any pin will do.
Any pin will do.
That's right.
Wait a minute. And I'm already sliding here.
That's all right. They like to see us sweat sometimes.
Well, you just do the
You
best you can.
just do the best you can. It's
Yes.
just the work, it really is live. So
Well, and also you guys are human.
That's
so
right.
We all
Everybody-
have a little struggle with the super soft stuff. And you can use clips too, right?
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yep, if you have like
pins
the
or clips.
Wonder clips, they
And
work
I'm
great.
actually, mine is sliding over even as we speak, so I'm going to try this like, I'm just going to,
Go for it.
it did slide. See how that slid
Yeah.
a little bit? I think it'll be fine though.
I think so
That
too.
should
You
We
know what
can-
I'm going to do is I'm going to flip it over,
Oh, that's a good idea.
and I'm going to go across here. I should probably go this way though. I don't want a big
Bubble.
bubble.
We can always trim off the excess.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to go a little bit over here and back stitch a little bit so it won't come undone. And then come over to this side, back stitch, come out to the corner, and then I'm going to come up.
There we go.
There we go.
Perfect.
All right. So we have a couple comments too. Julia says, remember, people who receive gifts with your handwriting will love it.
It's
Give
true.
it to the people you love. They love your handwriting even when
They
you
do
don't.
love your
That's
handwriting.
true.
I know I had a little pack of M&Ms somebody left in my purse this morning, and the handwriting was on there, and I'm just like, oh, because you know who it is.
It's true. So I'm just trimming off that little bit from where it shifted. Now it lines up nicely, and then I'm going to go around and trim off my corners too.
Make sure you don't cut through your stitching.
Yeah, don't cut through your stitches, but we want to just get rid of some of that bulk. And then we can just turn this right sides out.
And do we don't have a,
Purple thing.
or a chopstick or something?
We probably do. I've got some polyfill down there.
Wait,
so.
let me look in here.
Okay.
I'm going to look in here and see if we have a.
The magic drawer
She
thing.
left
The
me
magic
a tiny
drawer.
opening. There we go.
Yeah, it's not very big. So also you can use just about anything, but I generally tend to use my scissors closed.
Oh, that's a good idea, just like this.
Yeah.
Just
And then
come in here and
just gently. You don't want to push through your corners.
yeah, just
And
turn
so
'em out.
if you're just joining us, we're making a port pillow, which
Yeah.
is to kind of protect you as a patient who's got a port for chemo, or we've also got a couple reminders. It could be if you've had heart valve surgery or other places that it's just a tender area. So we're using a minky
on the
and
back.
on the
A
back,
cuddle.
a cuddle.
Yes.
And that actually reminds me, Jenny, in front of the machine there's a box we didn't talk about,
Oh
but
yes,
it's
we
also
forgot
Oh my
to
gosh, yeah.
mention this great
The
kit
Cuddle
from
kit.
Shannon.
We do have this awesome
And
kit.
it's so soft and beautiful.
It is so soft and beautiful. And these are, you can see the picture of the kit right here. And they're just big 10-inch strips that you sew together, and it's so cool. They're
Yeah.
so
cool.
soft.
Yeah.
There are no better blankets
Nope,
than
none in the world.
these Cuddle blankets, I tell you what.
And Emma Johns also says these are great for kids who are moving from a baby seat with the 5-point belt to a seat belt.
Oh,
So it's
great
also-
idea.
Great
And you could use
idea.
all the novelty fabric, their
Yes.
favorites, if they
So there's
love.
many uses. Oh, here's our
Yeah.
chopstick. I knew it was in there somewhere.
Ooh.
And so now we're just going to stuff this with some
All
polyfill. And remember, all these good
You
supplies.
can poke this in with that.
Yes. All these good supplies are on our website, and we've linked to them in the description. I feel like I have better luck with my fingers.
Do you?
Yeah,
I do too.
but like in here
It's just
to get into the
it's
corners.
just honestly what we're used to. Yeah.
And
whatever
also,
you want to use.
just as a reminder, guys are still asking about the t-shirts. If your size is not available, put that on your wish list. We are getting some more in the next few days.
Yeah, they're coming
And they're
back
awesome.
soon.
I love them.
Yeah, the length is nice. I love the V-neck.
Yeah, I do too.
Really
And the
great.
sleeve is a little bit shorter. You know, on a regular shirt, they tend to hit me long and choke me at the neck.
Yeah.
So I'm actually really liking these t-shirts.
Me too. All right, just one more little bit of fluff.
I wore one when I was out the other day, and somebody asked me about it, and I'm like, oh, they're not out yet. But you know, if I'm wearing a t-shirt,
It's true.
yeah, I rarely wear a t-shirt.
I don't wear them often either, but I
Okay, let me
wore
grab that.
I wore one the other day, and Jake said the same thing. He's like, a t-shirt? It's cute. Missouri Star shirt.
All right, I am going to take the thread off.
Off of that, and we can,
Is that okay? Do we want to show this at all?
I don't know, we can always thread it again.
Oh, that's true. It's not the end of the world.
We've got this.
Oh, sorry, I had scissors up here, but I just bit that with my teeth.
You know, it's all right.
I'm a teeth biter. So when you
Whoops.
sew this, I'm going to bring my knot up through the fold in the fabric like this. And then I'm going to make sure that this little edge is folded over. And I'm just going to do the same thing like a binding stitch. And so I'm going to go straight across, and I'm just going to come out just a little bit further down, still in the fold. And you
guys see it okay?
You can whip
All right.
stitch it. Excuse me. I think I just got a little fluff. But
Yeah.
you can whip stitch it or anything, and it'll go. Do you have a way you do this, Misty?
No,
I mean,
it's about the same way I do.
I kind of took it right away from you, and
No, you're fine. I do, what is it, like a ladder stitch or a binding stitch? I
Yeah.
just kind of alternate. Which side are you on there? Can't even see
I'm
it.
on
There
the-
we go.
the-
Towards us.
yeah,
And I just take a little stitch and come through,
there, do that down so they can see yours more.
and then come across right in that little seam.
Yeah, just right where the fabric is would have been folded if you'd sewn the seam straight across.
Exactly. And then same on the other side. And then across.
And your messages don't have to be just one word. They can be a little message. It
Oh,
can
absolutely.
be, you know, we love you, we're praying for you, we're thinking of you, we're, hang tough. You know, it can be any of those. It doesn't just have to be a word. It can be, it can just be a message. And that's what I think is so cool about being able to write on these hearts in a permanent way that will always stay.
Well,
around
especially
them.
for such a meaningful,
Well, anybody who's
gift.
fighting for their life, those words are so.
They matter.
It just matters.
Yep.
And it matters that this is something that I didn't realize, but when nobody is there with you, with having the words feels like somebody is there with you. And so I know one time I was having some surgery done years ago when my children were small, and my husband had to be home a lot with the children, and he left me a teddy bear, and I thought, oh, this is so dumb. And I loved that teddy bear.
You loved having it?
I loved having it there because it was like having a part of him with me, and I thought, I'm a grown woman, and
Yeah.
I'm loving on this teddy bear, and he told me, he says, this is so that, he'll be here with you when I can't be,
When I can't be, that's
and,
sweet.
and it was really sweet. At first I thought it was kind of,
Yeah.
but then once he was gone, I was just
You liked having something to
I loved
hold.
having something to hold,
Yeah.
and that's how these things
That's
are.
really sweet. So we've just stitched it up, tied a knot at the end, and then I always poke my needle through so my threads are inside, and then I trim it up here. So I did that without showing you because we were chatting. Sorry, guys.
It's perfect, though.
But it turns out so great. And then this little Velcro, they can just open up, put around those seat belts or around your purse straps like we
never
talked about.
thought about the little kids, too.
I hadn't either. Little kiddos. when
Such
they're-
a great idea.
That's a great idea.
And Marianne says, don't forget to make port pillows geared for males also. So obviously with breast
Exactly.
cancer awareness, we are using the pink.
Yeah.
But you can find fabric for your person that's going to make them
Well, and there are men
feel loved.
who I know a man personally who died of breast cancer.
Yeah.
So it's not just a disease for females, but they might like a different colored heart.
Exactly.
A camo heart, maybe.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
Ooh, I don't know.
You never
Whatever
know.
they love. I would suggest, if you know their personality,
Yeah.
I mean, do what you
Right,
know
because
they're gonna love.
Even if you might have someone who would hate hearts, you know you need a 5 by 9.5 inch rectangle for
Right.
both sides, and that's what you need. And you can make this port pillow.
a little bit of Velcro.
So, and a little bit of Velcro, exactly.
Or even a couple of strings or a strap or,
Yeah.
anything just so they can hook it on.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah,
So-
something that will keep it attached.
So-
So what questions do we
Yeah,
have?
do we have anything that's come through?
So we've got folks saying that they also want to see this done in different colors, and obviously, yes, please find the color that works for you.
Yeah.
Shannon Fabrics does have tutorials that also share some good tips on working with Cuddle.
Oh,
They
absolutely.
have amazing videos.
yeah.
You know, we
Teresa
could go into
Coates
lots
does
of
Oh,
those.
she's a fabulous
She's-
teacher.
She's amazing.
She's amazing.
And so she also suggests, for example, using a walking foot, which we didn't have today, but you could absolutely use that to help you out with
I would
sewing the
definitely use
Cuddle.
that if you did something bigger than this.
Yes,
You know.
exactly.
Yeah. So a couple of questions on that, and then
And pin the heck out of it.
pin
Yes.
the heck out of it.
Yeah.
I think she calls it, what is it, double pinning, where you do one
A
row
row
and
of
then you
pins
come
and
back
then
and
a
do
second
a
row of
secondary
pins.
row. Yeah.
Well, the thing about it is that at the end of the day, it's so worth it.
It's worth it. It is so soft.
And anything you do with Cuddle is so forgiving.
Yeah.
You can't see the seam, you can't see the stitch. One time I was doing these infinity scarves, which I have a tutorial on those too, but I was doing them with Cuddle, the infinity scarves. And I had a white scarf, and I just had like red thread on my machine, and I'm just like, well, let me just try this. I went, and you didn't
You
see
couldn't
it.
see it
And
at
I was just
all.
like, whoa.
Yeah, it is very
yeah,
forgiving.
it was pretty cool.
So then just
true.
another quick technical question. You used heat and bond. Could you use something else to stick that heart to
Oh,
the
sure.
fabric?
Absolutely.
Anything adhesive. You could even use that little powder that you shake
That's
on,
true,
and it
yeah.
will stick on there. Anything. Basically, what we're doing is just trying to adhere the heart so we can stitch around it. So you actually don't even have to use any. You could pin it
That's true.
and just stitch around it. It's
Okay.
just for the ease of.
So you don't have to fight with it. It just stays
Yeah,
in place.
it just stays in
Gotcha.
place. And there are different weights of heat and bond. And so, like, somebody asked me, is this quilt stiff? And I'm like, no. We use the heat and bond light.
Yes.
And so that light.
Yeah, it doesn't gum up your needle. You can sew through it. It's great.
And it'll keep your quilt very movable so that it's not.
I did learn
You could
the
use
hard way
freezer paper.
that's true. I did learn the hard way that there is a type of heat and bond that is much too heavy.
It's
to
very
stitch
thick, yeah.
through. And I didn't realize that's what I had at home. It was awful. I was so frustrated. But
Your
anyway.
quilt stood up by itself.
Luckily, it was a small project, but man, I was like, what have I done? I've ruined all this pretty fabric. But anyway,
Oh, it works.
I made it work. So.
So guys, thank you again. You can see everything that we've got on set today on our Missouri Star homepage. You can get to our breast cancer awareness and support
So
to
cute.
Sew Strong
Yes.
and Sew Along. So thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you guys. Have a great day.
You guys, we'll see you later. Bye-bye.